Where is my timer? I was. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of League Talk. Sorry it's been so long. We've had a lot of issues with finals, but today we're going to get straight into it. We got Anthony.
Hello.
And our newest addition to the podcast is Danny.
Hi.
He'll be a new weekly appearance for you guys. And today's guest, we got Shifter.
Hello.
And of course you got myself, Moose, as your host every week. So Anthony, what you been up to this week?
Okay, just one thing real quick.
What thing?
Shift.
Not
Did
shifter. I say shifter? Oh shit.
You said shifter.
I'm terrible.
No, I said shift. Yeah. No, I said.
Yeah. I said shifter by accident.
Yeah, Moose said shifter.
Oh.
I'm terrible at this. Yes.
Anyway,
I'm leaving this podcast immediately.
No. Okay.
No. Anyway, it's been, I don't know how long, Moose. How long has it been this week?
It's been like 3 to 4 weeks. I know. But I understand a lot of people have had finals. A lot of stuff's been going on, so it's understandable. This is a bad time for like everything.
Yeah, but
No.
I've been, this past like month-ish has been like hectic for me. I've been studying for finals, and then yesterday I had my rehearsal for my my violin masterworks, and that was tiring, and I'm tired today. I've just been playing some League, trying to like figure out how to work with this patch for the new season, and if I can climb, if I will be able to climb, kind of thing. So
You've been trying to break that wall.
yeah, I hit a wall. I mean, that wall is really in mid lane, but that's really it.
Okay.
So
And of course we have Danny over there.
Yo. What's up?
Hi, how you doing? So you are new to the podcast. This is your first one, but as I said before, he's going to be a new addition. Yeah, that is correct. New first one with us. But we would like to, we added him to the bi-weekly roster, I suppose. So as you don't know this, but what we do is we give a little what we've been up to. So pretty simple.
I've been playing Starbound.
Oh, I heard that game was really good.
But yeah, that's it.
really, no League?
For last week? No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the ranks to reset.
that makes sense.
A few rank games here and there, but yeah.
The occasional loss.
No, win actually.
I lost. All right, done with League for the day. What about you, Shift? What you been up to?
Not much. Just some school, signing up for college. Walking in the snow. Haven't had snow here in forever. Playing a little bit of Hearthstone and looking at Reddit.
That'll happen.
Reddit.
Oh yes.
Miss, what have you been up to?
I don't know. I've been playing this game called Starbound. I'm not sure if we talked about it yet, but it's
Oh, hey, I've been playing that too.
Oh, I'm also playing in a 3v3 tournament, which we're about to be in the finals.
Oh, very nice.
So I've been playing some
Nice.
with my team, but in terms of Summoner's Rift, I haven't played any in the last few weeks.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Threes is actually a really good game type. I've been playing a lot of Dominion and threes lately.
Wait, Dominion
supposed-
3s?
Dominion
Dominion
and threes. And threes. So,
Oh, okay. I thought I heard
yeah.
Dominion 3s. I was like, okay.
No, I actually just been. There's actually a weekly tournament that I haven't really been able to enter ever since I entered one a while back. But every Saturday, Dominate Dominion has a weekly tournament who I
Yeah,
really support.
Moose.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. But you know what I've been playing a lot actually? I've been playing obviously Starbound, but Mafia. I discovered it through someone's stream, and I've just been playing the shit out of it. For those of you guys who don't know what Mafia is, check out dailymafia.com. They stream it there daily, so you can get a good view of what it is. I highly recommend it.
It's fun.
Besides that, that's all I've really been doing is League, Mafia, and
Starbound.
and shout outs to Jimmy for recognizing my intro being garbage as always.
Aha! Like it always is.
I
That will
hate
never
it.
change.
I hate
It
it.
could have been a bit better, but it was.
It could have been a lot better.
It was okay.
I was just not really thinking, and whatever, we got it. So yeah,
It's better than your
Maybe we
first
don't motivate you enough.
You can't do it.
yes, it's okay. We'll be fine. So, as we know, it's been a little 3.14 patch came out a while ago, and people been all over it. What's your guys' big main thoughts on it right now?
Unbalanced.
I hate the map. They made changes to the map, adding a jungle
that-
camp, and they removed some bushes because they thought it made it better in competitive play and whatnot. But I don't think they thought it through completely. I mean, it's a big game. It's supposed to look good, and the changes they did, I think it looks really,
Sloppy.
amateur now. It doesn't really look in place at all, and
Yeah.
that bugs me.
The new camp just
Oh.
doesn't look like it's where it's supposed to be in the jungle.
And the
Yeah.
Russian.
Such
I
a
really
weird play.
dislike the new camp. I don't feel like it helps junglers at all, because like hitting level 5.
It helps single target junglers actually.
It really
in my opinion.
doesn't.
But
Like, it really
Kha'Zix-
doesn't, because you level up faster by skipping a jungle cap.
yeah, you do. You just go to red. You just smite.
Exactly.
to
You go blue, red, wraiths, wolves, wraith, and then you basically keep doing something like that. You
Mhm.
skip duels, and what you do is you just give your top lane or your AD carry lane, whatever, duels every single time. Or if you're not a single target jungler, you do the same thing but skip wraith, and you
Mhm.
give the other lane wraith whenever they want, and it's the same thing. You just skip a camp, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the bush
Smite's
changes, I
cooldown.
actually, yeah, Smite's cooldown. I think it's good, but it's kind of too good. I don't know. No, it's not
Way
too good.
too strong.
It is. But like junglers
Up
need
again
something right
after
now.
you smite blue.
Most of my friends have been complaining how bad jungling is now.
Jungling's really bad. That's why I think.
I haven't played. Like I said, I haven't really played 3.14 or
I think
whatever
jungling
at
is
all.
fun.
No,
Like,
a lot of
balance-wise,
people,
I
like
think
when
it's too
Targan,
strong.
when Relic Shield, aka Targans, came out, you would make more money going top lane instead of going in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
But
a big
that got
issue,
nerfed.
and that's why they hot fixed it. But like, if you send two top ones, they're gonna both be bruisers anyways, generally. So it doesn't really change it that much. So Targan's or Relic Shield, the way it works is if it smites something for about like 300 health every time you auto attack it.
I
and
thought it was
you
like
would
200 though.
No,
It's like 290.
it's execute.
Yeah, it's like 290 health, isn't that?
Something like that.
It's an X amount of health from based off someone's health. Is the
I think
way
it
it
depends
works.
on your health.
Yeah, but it's an execute that does anywhere from 250 to 300 health. So if they're ever lower than that, you smack them, they die. It gives you the gold and gives whoever's next to you the gold plus 10. So it was really strong. And I'm really glad that got hot fixed. Now it only works on the execute part. Only works on melee champs, and for
Yeah,
range champs, you actually have to CS them.
Yeah, AD carries were actually taking it as their first item.
Yep.
Yes, it was that good because it would give both support and AD carry just more money. And it was a great change.
I mean, with the
But
hotfix, it made it fair.
Yeah, I want to continue with the jungle though, because I really don't like where it's at. I don't feel like junglers make enough money. I feel like they just it's hard to go places as the jungle right now because you feel like you need to stay in the jungle to make money, and if you ever leave, you fall so far behind if you don't have like a successful
don't get
gank.
a kill.
Yeah, if you get an unsuccessful gank or whatnot. And that's something I really dislike. I really wish they just made the jungle back like Season 1 where it's super hard, only specific people can jungle. Or they made it so jungling wasn't a requirement because it's so hard and they just made some way to change it, you know?
I'm curious. I thought jungling was in a pretty good position in Season 3. What did they change in this
No,
preseason?
Season 3 is
Okay, so the big change that they had is they made all camps pretty much have more health and do more damage.
So it's like the beginning of Season 2
Okay.
changes.
But
I
they
think.
lowered the money on them just slightly
Weird.
because the
Early
new
game.
jungle
in the
items.
scale later. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because exactly. The minion scale now. So as the game continues, they gain more levels, which gives more gold and more experience. But the issue is like you can get jungle items that give gold, but it's not even like that much. Like and because you get hit so hard, you can't gank anymore at level 5 unless you have like a super safe jungler. You can't like. There's so much stuff that's like not. It's like an in between from like super
I
hard
see.
and too easy.
No, I can see your opinion on that then, because even Season 3, when I thought it was okay, I still was like, any more nerfs to jungling, and it's not going to be good, because
Yeah.
I felt like that too.
Exactly, and I feel like they did like really. I just can't stand it. Like that was my biggest change. I think like I said, maybe they just need to make it so it's just a lot more gold and a lot harder. This way you have to maybe do less camps, but able to gank more or something. I'm not sure. I feel like the jungle is in the worst state right now that's probably ever been for League.
I think support's in a pretty good place.
Support's in a really amazing place.
Really good
So-
place.
Yeah, I like support. I think like my new favorite item as support is the new Kage's Lucky Pick version. What is it called?
Like the
I would
God.
have to say.
The frost item, right? Where you
Yeah.
loan
Yeah,
somebody?
is it the talisman? No.
a stealthy edge.
Spellthief, yeah, Spellthief, there we go. Yeah, and then that turns into Frost Fang and Frost Queen's Claim. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, for ranged heroes.
Of course.
Or ranged ones. And the coin and Targan are both pretty good.
Yeah.
Although the coin's upgrade's better, in my opinion. So.
Then what? Then
The
Targans?
Targans, yeah.
Oh, I agree. The
Targans gives
Targans
a
is one-
shield, taking out some of your health. I don't like that so much. And then the coins upgrades like Shirelia's.
Exactly, yeah.
It is
I
Shirley,
definitely-
because Shirley isn't in the game anymore,
It
is
is.
it?
It is.
It is,
It is
it is.
Shirelia's, but
Yeah.
I still say like because it's not. But
I mean, it's got a Shirelia's flavor text to it now, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Flavor text. Oh, we're bringing magic into this now, Moose.
Just a little bit.
All that flavor text, you know.
So is Targan still? It's still 30-second charge. Okay, that's good.
I thought they increased the charge for that.
I don't
For
think
the
they-
relic shield, it's 60.
For the relic shield, yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, for
but
the relic shield,
Targan's
it's different.
it's down to the 30.
You have to rush the upgrade if you're gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're so
Shut up,
professional.
Oh, I'm so bad.
So
Ignore
professional.
I forgot to put my phone on ring. I apologize. Let's get that. That's all we got now.
Everyone, our host.
What if someone was
Moose.
dying and needed you? You gotta be able to-
Oh well. Shout
wow.
outs to God, I can't even think of the name of them right now. Gunners. Shout out to Gunners.
Oh.
I didn't even get those. What is the point of gunners?
They
protect
it's
you
easier
from
on your
the,
eyes.
EMF or whatever, the waves coming out of your computer screen.
Also,
There's
it's a lot
yeah.
easier on the eyes for when you're on your computer for long days and you just kind of
Yeah,
like,
for the reason I stated, but I haven't done
yeah.
that much research on it.
Yeah.
But this is my roommate's. I haven't had money to buy any, and he said I can use his since he's not using it.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I was planning on getting one, and then I keep finding better things to use the money for, and then I'm just like,
Better than
Then I
protecting
regret
your vision, your eye.
Come
I
on.
know. Then I regret it.
What is
then I
wrong
quickly
with you?
regret it.
So, what do you guys think about the support changes and all of their supporty, like movement speed on Janna being scaled with AP, and Lulu's slow being scaled with AP or whatever?
And
I
Tarek
think
being stupidly
Tarek
tanky.
is godlike.
Yeah, Tarek
and
being stupidly
Leona
tanky.
is godlike, and
Yeah.
Annie is godlike.
Well, Annie
Well, same
didn't get
thing
any
as season
support
3,
changes. Annie didn't get any support changes. I think
But she just
Maybe
has
like-
money now.
right, but she's not being treated as a support.
Yeah,
she
no, I
is a
understand that.
mage, so
I feel like she was already
Well,
a good
If
support.
they want her to be a mage, they have to tweak some things for her to be mid balanced.
I feel
hate
like
that right
I feel
now,
like
by the
I feel like those are the three like better supports in my opinion. Janna's still pretty good. Who else is?
Sona.
Sona's always gonna be good just because of that ultimate, like the ability to stun like as many people as you can. Like it's just insane.
Nami. Nami's pretty good right now.
Mm.
I'm so on Nami. I'm not a big fan.
I love Nami, dude. She's like, God. Like she plays the way I like to play. So
Well, once you miss your Q, then they
Good
can punish
observation there.
I mean, this is just a personal preference, is all. But
Well, yeah, but why is she so good?
I I'm tired. But, you know,
I will say one thing. Nami's always been pretty strong, just with the fact that she has her slow on her E. But if you ever miss your Q, like she's so
Punishing.
done. She's
And it's
so
really
done.
easy. It's really easy to miss your Q is the thing.
That is-
So
the fact that it's the same like speed no matter where you cast it is like very harsh. But like at the same time, I feel like if you can manage, like if you get to the point where you land your Qs often because of the slow off your E, like she
Yeah,
can be
but
one
then
of the
you're-
better supports.
but then you're against a good AD carry and support that can
Exactly.
easily dodge your Q. So it's like
Exactly, and that's the reason why I don't play her and find her that strong.
okay, I'm just the oddball out here.
Maybe you play at such a low level they don't dodge it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Oh,
you're so nice.
That was a low blow. That was a low blow.
No, I like Nami too, though. Honestly.
Like I do like her, but I just don't feel
She's
like
weak.
it's hard to play
I like her, but
right
she's
now.
weak.
Yeah.
She's not. I mean, she's not on the level like Tark and Soda status, but I do enjoy playing her as
I would
support.
put Karma above her as support, and Karma is a really strong support in my opinion.
Karma's pretty good.
I really like Karma just in general right now. I feel she
She's
can
so
play
good.
any lane. She can play
Yeah,
any lane.
and
She
now
can
she
play
gets
support,
gold as
mid, or
support.
top.
Wait,
Yeah.
did they change her? No, they didn't change her at all.
I don't
man.
think they changed her, but
No.
I've been playing her so much in threes. She's god tier in threes.
you get gold as support. Karma now is the thing, and it's just like
You actually
whoa.
get to build stuff, you know.
Oh, that's true, huh? I didn't think about that.
and you can
Oh.
put your shield on people. It's like
Beat them up.
Well, you don't max shield anyway, though.
as support, you'd max W, right?
No, you still max.
No.
Q?
Of course you
You
still,
still
max.
max Q.
It's
Yeah.
too good. And then you
Yeah.
max W second, yeah.
Because the
I
slow is
was
really
watching.
like the slow is huge.
Well, some supports might max E first because it gives more. It's more of a guaranteed buff to your team.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think W's better because I'm aggressive and I just get in there, and somebody's guaranteed to be slowed twice as long as a bad karma would slow them. So
Twice as long as bad Karma.
I play a lot of like top Karma lately, and it's just been the house. Like she doesn't lose to anybody top. She doesn't lose.
Oh, Shift Rider.
it has been the case since season 1, honestly.
And I agree. But in my opinion, she hasn't done enough like late game
No,
for her to be
I
viable
agree.
in lane. Yeah. And that's been the issue. I've been on the Karma fan page for a while, but no one's more of a Karma fan page than my buddy Jimmy, who unfortunately can't be here today.
Really.
Curse you, Jimmy!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Jimmy actually doesn't like the Karma change because he says Karma doesn't feel like.
I am with him on that. Before the karma changes, I was
Yeah.
playing amateur league with a team, and I was playing karma in most of our games. I liked her a lot, and my mid laner played her too. And then the changes came, and I was really disappointed. It didn't feel like the new karma or the old karma. Not even close. It's just a new champion, right? I figured they should have just added a new champion with the new karma abilities, and then just left the old karma so we can,
Yeah.
you know. But then, as I've been playing her more, it still doesn't feel like the old karma at all. It's a new champion, but
But she's still just a lot of fun.
as I've been playing her and I'm not butthurt anymore. I kind of like her a lot now. She's definitely my top 3.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with her. Like she just can like she's so hard to kill. The fact that you can heal essentially 40% of your missing life with her W, and just like every time, and then anytime you just land any free spell on a champion and auto attack, it's just like your mantra's up again. It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's really insanely good. So I'm on the karma train. I'm on the karma train.
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
you
right
can
now.
R and Q, right? And if the Q hits the second proc, also procs your passive, and hitting multiple people will also proc it. You can potentially Q, and then that single Q and the second explosion will instantly bring your ult back up if you have enough CDR. If it hits multiple people, it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Then who else is? Let's see. Well, that's what do you guys think about? So who do you think the best AD carries are right now?
Oh God.
I think ADCs suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADCs.
Can you see double bruiser bottom?
Pantheon
well-
Taric lane. Woo!
I don't think there's a lot of alternatives to
Right.
play in place of an ADC. I still think Vladimir bottom lane is one of the best substitutes.
Vladimir
you can,
Fiddlesticks?
but I don't want to get into that. No one ever understands it. But
I
I
understand.
think
Oh my
ADC
god. And it's hilarious that you say that because someone on one of the League of Legends pages I've been saying on has been like on this, guys, we need to do Vladimir bottom. I need someone to do it with me. Come on, guys. And I'm just like, no. Like, I can see it, but like,
Is that
jeez.
your shift? Is that you?
That might have been me. That might have been that.
It's an Arizona only page.
I've been
so I
doing
don't
it
know.
with it.
Oh, well, I duoed with a Zingy for a few games with that, and we won all 3 of them. I played Vladimir Fiddlesticks is super
Yep.
good, and then well, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but and then Vladimir Zyra is really OP as well. It's actually like overpowered right now, and it has been, in my opinion, but it's at the very least really strong, if not overpowered, right? But then aside from Vladimir, there's not a lot of alternatives for ADC. You need something that can
Right.
provide good amount of damage for the, because it's in the current
Late
meta.
game.
People are playing certain mid lane, top lane, and jungle champions that make ADCs good. You know, it just
Mhm.
seems to work. And in my experience, I've tried a lot of different things, and there's no good substitute. Heimerdinger is okay, but with the new changes, it's kind of, and then you need something that can deal consistent damage, has a guaranteed presence always,
Mhm.
and then good late game, and there's not a lot of things that fit that. Good laning, of course, so you don't just die in lane. So I don't know, but I think
So that your late
ADCs,
game doesn't
because
collapse.
there's not a lot of alternatives for an ADC, they kind of suck. Cause
Yeah.
I mean,
You
well,
have
they
to have
suck,
it.
but because you can't
It
play an
forces
alternative,
meta.
the whole situation is just kind of I don't know.
Forces
Feels
meta.
so weird to play ADC. I don't like
Alright.
it at all.
So we have a question here, and that is, what would you guys change in the next patch?
I think I would first on my list would be changing the map and the jungle. Not necessarily back to how it was, but more It looks so. Coming from someone who hasn't really played, I played a few games, but I haven't really played the new patch at all. It just looks bad. It looks like I look at
Mhm.
where the brushes are. I'm like, I don't think it's that I'm not used to it. It's just, I mean,
The
I don't know.
top
I
lane
just think
having
they look
3
out of
different
place.
bushes.
It doesn't look like they really. They're just like,
I
hey,
really,
just throw this here.
Throw a bush here.
no.
So that would be
I'm not a
first
big
my
fan of the
agenda.
bushes. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, that makes sense. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
I would personally change the jungle just because I'm a big hater on the jungle, I guess I would say right now. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'd fix where the white is, because honestly, it's in such an awkward place. It's just like against the wall on the.
Yeah,
right.
there's like no indention
like-
for it. to,
That was
like,
part of mine, by the
like,
way.
right,
Camp looks like.
right. It looks just like in such an ugly place.
it looks-
That's
I feel like if they were gonna change the white camp, they like make the wall stick out a little bit more. But I don't know if that would change the lane too much.
Okay.
You know, like make it like a little indention in the wall, but would that make that
Also,
corner look ugly?
Sivir and Lucian are godlike right now.
Yeah.
Lucian's
Yep.
so good right now.
and Jinx still.
Yeah, Jinx is probably like 3 right
Her
now.
pushing is just way too strong. Like, yeah.
Who else is there for something like that? Let's see.
Are we just? Is it primarily just bot lane champs, or is it just all around?
Well, I was just talking about bot lane champs because I wanted, like, I was on the ADC train, and like
Right.
I feel like those 3 are like the big 3. Just like I
think
feel Tarek.
Corki and Ash need buffs probably.
Yep. I feel like,
Vayne's still in an okay spot.
yeah, Vayne is
She's-
still like, although they hurt like someone from mechanics a little bit, like she's still
Caitlyn's in
really
an okay
strong.
spot.
Caitlyn's in an okay spot just because of her range.
Right.
MF
Urgot needs
buffs.
changes. Urgot has been forgotten again.
Yeah, Urgot needs to be changed. I think MF needs something. I don't know what she needs, but she needs something.
I mean,
Yeah.
MF is MF. She's always been like that champ that dies because she doesn't have an escape. So
I think
She's
she's
speed. She's okay,
I
but
haven't really played her, so.
I think
comparison-
Paris is in a pretty good spot. I think Kog'Maw is in a pretty okay spot.
I think Kog'Maw needs buffs.
Like, I think they're just
Or
minor
changes.
tweaks. I think he
I
needs minor
think-
tweaks.
He plays like Caitlyn and Tristana, sort of. In that late game, Tristana has just as much range, if not more, and she's just better late game. And Kog'Maw, you play Kog'Maw for the late game, but if Tristana does it better, why are you gonna play him over Tristana? Grabs an
Kog'Maw's range
escape.
is 710 and Triss is 703 at max.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Tristana also has rocket jump. She has an attack speed steroid.
Tristana also needs level 18 for that range. Kog'Maw needs level.
Right. But how's Kog'Maw's laning versus Tristana's laning?
I think Kog'Maw's laning can be
It's-
better. I think it depends
I
on what you're
think-
laning against.
That's
I
true.
think yeah,
I
it
think
depends.
Tristana's better against ranged champions, and then Kog'Maw's better against melee champions.
No,
Right.
I definitely do agree. I feel like
Because then you can queue them.
yeah, Kog'Maw I feel like I think Kog'Maw is like I feel like does a little more damage now, especially considering that a lot of the melee champions are really tanky. So I don't know, but we'll have to see. Once again, like it's still really early in the season to like be saying stuff.
It's not even the start of the season yet. It's just preseason right
Exactly, that's why it's so early, and League needs to do something because it's not in a good spot right now. Mid's all over the place. Also, mid's insane.
now. I hate it so much.
I'm
You know,
so
I know-
glad I saw a Mel fight in one of those
Yeah.
games. I forgot which team was playing it, but
Was
I've
that
been playing
true?
Mel fights since season 2, and I'm just like, this is so good. Why doesn't
AD
nobody
or
play
AP?
this? AP, of course. Well, AD's okay
Have you
too.
seen choose the AD Malphite?
Yeah, I have. He's
so
what got me
stupid.
first interested in playing mid Mel fight, and I'm like, Chew, there's no way that's as good as AP. Come on, there's no way. It's okay, but AP Mel fight, man, it's so good. I love it.
So good.
does so much damage.
Yes.
Quite a lot of damage.
So like, I have a big three in pretty much every lane right now, and I think my big three in mid would have to be Ziggs, Syndra, and Riven.
Riven?
Not in any particular order.
Wait, Riven's in mid lane
Riven
now?
is stupid. Yeah. Riven is stupid mid.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are like my
I think
three
it's bigger than
craziest
3
mids.
at mid though.
I
Mine
think
was definitely-
mid has a 5. I think, but I do feel like Gragas is 4th, and who did I miss?
Syndra?
No, I said
Everyone
Syndra.
forgets Xerath. I think Xerath's one of the strongest mid right now as well.
I think Xerath is pretty
He's
strong.
been
I don't think
really strong for a while.
Did he already
Yeah.
have his remake, or is that still in like the
No, I
works
hope
right
they
now?
never follow through because I think he's so good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like his remake that they're planning. But who was the other mid that I missed? I'm sorry. I know there's 5 that are really strong, but I think those 3 are like the crazy strongest right now.
Karma, perhaps. I think she's really strong.
Nidalee is really, really strong mid.
Yeah, I feel like
Mid
mid
strong though.
mid is just like really strong right now, just in general. I think it might be too good. I don't know yet.
Kassadin.
Cassidy, that's who I think it is.
Ugh. Don't ever
Jackson
mention
is-
his name.
Cassidy is number 5. Cassidy's number 5. So that would be my big 5, I guess.
All I know is that I really, really hate the season's mid lane because it doesn't. Every single champ that I played in mid is just just got wrecked this patch.
I will say one thing, like they
Wait,
did
by another
what they
mid laner?
wanted. No,
No,
like he
just
means
by-
he.
Oh.
Just my
Like
laner
Ari nerf.
just Ari nerfs and like just general lane changes. It's just
Yeah.
the shift.
Ari got botched.
It's just
Ari's still okay, but
Mm.
not even
I wish I had
close.
more to contribute to that, but before this season, I was a big. I think mid was overpowering at that point.
I think
Yeah.
mid is still overpowering just because.
I
of
think
how
it
much
is
he can
too,
roll.
but I
Oriana's
don't quite have
strong.
the experience to follow through.
At this point, I feel like a lot of mid laners are really strong, but I feel
Yeah.
like those 3 are the 3 that needs like some kind of tweaks quick. Kassadin needs some kind of tweaks quick, and so does Gragas. Like they're all like really strong. I
Well,
don't know. Gragas
maybe
is
they don't
actually
need
might be in a
tweaks.
decent place.
Maybe
or
they don't need tweaks, but other heroes that are weaker need tweaks, rather.
Okay, that's good.
That
I
would
think
make.
that-
I think I can agree
They're,
with that.
they're in a good place compared to, like, top jungle AD carry wise, but they're not in such a good place with each other.
Riven mid is just insane. It
Yeah,
beats,
Riven
it
needs
beats
tweaks.
so many people.
Riven definitely needs to be nerfed.
You think? I don't
Yeah.
agree
Yeah.
with that at all. What'd they change about her this season?
I don't
Anything?
think.
Because I know she was being played in season 3, but I didn't. I thought she was good. I didn't think she was
I
overpowered
thought she was
at all.
Well, see,
She,
the
she didn't
reason-
get changed at all this patch.
Yeah, I didn't think
But
so.
because assassins are no longer the meta at mid, she just shits on heroes like Oriana and Gragas.
I don't agree with that though. I think
No?
Oriana can. Yeah. Like
she
I don't
does
know.
really well
I've
against
never seen an Oriana lose to a Riven in tournament play, and most of the time the Oriana comes out ahead. And in my experience, well, I haven't played a lot of Oriana lately, but I don't know.
I just don't
Like
think
this-
they play Riven as often mid in tournament play because it's risky. But when
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
look at
it's
higher MMR solo
Yeah, I think
queue,
it's high risk, high reward is what Riven mid is.
Right.
If you don't get ahead with Riven, she can be a very not useless champion, but like not that strong.
Way
They're
behind
only
you.
Riven just has so much pressure mid. It's just like if you make any kind of mistake, she's just gonna jump on you and you're dead.
yeah.
Like,
But I mean that's that. Like
Mhm.
once you get into late game, if she doesn't have her flash up, she doesn't contribute much at all. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
She's kinda
I don't
sad
think
right
it
now.
needs to be nerfed at all. I think
I'm just
I
looking
think-
at
I
all
think
the
she-
champions.
I almost want to say Riven could use buffs, but then after playing like 20 games of her recently, well, a couple weeks ago, I feel like she's in a really good spot right now. Not overpowered, not underpowered. Just sometimes she feels really lackluster, like I don't do anything, or other times it's like, wow, I'm invincible. Look at this shield. Look at my ult.
What-
Like,
What do you guys think about Aurelia? Aurelia has not been mentioned in forever.
Yo,
She used to
better
be
nerf
mentioned
Aurelia.
every
Better-
single-
yeah,
Better nerf
Aurelia.
Aurelia.
I
Right?
think she's still consistent, but
Right.
seeing as she hasn't got any play in competitive and
No.
nobody's really playing her, I think a little buff would be nice.
I don't
Maybe
think her
even
power
I'm a
level
something-
is as high anymore. Is the thing.
I'm a huge Aurelia fan. I've been playing Aurelia since she came out, and I'm like so sad right now.
What do you think of her current state?
I don't like her. I don't like her. I feel
What do
like she doesn't like win lane, but she doesn't lose lane. Like it's so weird.
Well,
Like I feel like
Yeah.
it's just
she. When I was playing competitive, I also was like, Aurelia. It was when Aurelia was being played a couple months ago. She was pretty consistently her and Jax, and I don't know. She felt really weird to me. It just didn't quite, and I didn't really like her playing her just because I liked her Q mechanics. I don't know. I think her W maybe needs a bit of a change.
I think that's the biggest thing that they've nerfed on her is her W,
For-
because her W used to be just like kind of overpowered.
Yeah, well, maybe it needs more. I think they could add some fun to it. Maybe something make it more fun. Just like maybe make it more of a passive ability, and then when you activate it, it does something else. Like, not necessarily buff it, but change it. Because right now it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind
It's
of. Eh.
lackluster.
It
like
feels kind of. I
lackluster.
think she's good. It just feels kind of weird to play her, and it doesn't feel that great. And maybe some changes to her R, because that also kind of feels weird.
Yeah, it feels weak. It feels
Yeah, it definitely feels
Like,
weak. But then other
I
times-
feel like if you don't stay ahead or at least stay on par, like if you fall behind at least like at any point throughout the game, you're just kind of done.
yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, her split pushing is really good, but she doesn't have any mechanics that help her really escape ganks. So then that makes her a really easy target to kill.
You can queue and hope.
So
they kill the
basically,
minion.
anything
not-
that's
you
split
can't
queue
pushing
It's
has
really
an
hard to
escape.
queue backwards. It's really hard to queue
Right.
backwards.
Yeah.
Queue forward.
You can queue forward
Man
all
up.
day, but how
Man
gonna
up!
queue
Why are you
back?
escaping the gank?
Yeah, run into 4 of them. Why are you trying to run away, man? Like,
Yo.
you could take all 4. You're Aurelia. Better nerfer, right?
More
Exactly.
nerfs, please. More nerfs.
I think the what they did to Heimerdinger was atrocious as well.
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta hear this.
Oh god.
It was terrible. I don't like it at all. I think
I love the new
like,
Heimerdinger
his
change.
rockets,
Oh
for
my-
example. If you ult and his rockets, it's terrible. Like
I
unless
never
there's-
use this rocky old.
Yeah. So
Right.
I mean, you can agree on me that it's terrible. It doesn't like. It's just it doesn't make sense. Like they gave him an ability that other champions have, except it doesn't take like a second and a half of them standing there taking the rockets to deal as much damage, right? And it's got a longer cooldown. I don't know. And then his bombs. I don't think his bombs really make that sense either. Like
I will say one thing. No other spell in the game I think does as much damage as his rockets.
no, there's a well. I mean,
at
the
max
first thing that
level,
comes to mind is
I got the
Eric's
math.
ult
Okay,
for
so
damage.
at max. Okay, how much damage is Aerith ults do?
I don't know. Let me log wiki it. I don't know.
Okay, look
No,
this up,
keep
'cause
talking while I do
okay.
that.
Because the Heimerdinger rockets does 865 plus 1.8 AP ratio.
Okay.
So full I don't think there's anything that can
But
do
that's
it.
his ult and that's 2 abilities put into one.
Yeah.
Right? So you're
Yes, I
using 2
really
abilities for
think
that.
what they need to do is they need to make it so his ult has its own cooldown for the skills, because the fact that if you just use rocket and you can't ult rocket right after, it's really bad. I
Yeah.
really dislike that.
Should be like
it's
Rengar's
again,
where it
2
resets.
abilities. And what'd you say the
Yeah.
damage on his ult was at max level?
865 plus 1.8 AP ratio.
Okay, and Xerath's ult is 825 and 1.8. so it's almost exactly equal.
Wait,
And
really?
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
almost exactly equal, except it can actually hit more than one person, and of course it has multiple
Oh, wow.
casts. So if
Yeah.
somebody flash dodges one of them, you don't lose everything like you do on Heimer. You can at least hit him with 2 of it, right? It also synergizes with his other spells, like his Locus of Power synergizes with that, so it has more magic penetration, which automatically makes it deal more damage than rockets. And then it also can help stun, right? So it synergizes with his kit. Heimer Rockets doesn't synergize with his kit, doesn't really do anything, does good damage if you're able to land. It has a long cooldown, and it takes 2 abilities to use. So after you ult Rocket, you just have like a bomb. Well, you probably bombed first. So basically, ult Rockets takes 3 abilities. You have to bomb them to stun them so it actually hits. And then you have to ult, and then you have to... So all of his abilities just to deal good damage, like not great,
And then
just
you have
like...
your turret. And
But
you're
at the same
got a
time, I
turret.
didn't like. I've been a huge like Heimerdinger's also been my big like person. I played him before the changes, and I played him a lot
I think
after
his
the
turrets
changes.
are really
I think
good
his
now.
turrets
But
are what
then-
make him right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. I think that's like, if it wasn't for his turrets, he wouldn't be. You know, I think with his
Yeah.
turrets, he's very unique and potentially really strong. But
I
the
think-
issue I have with that, they die instantly into AOE spells. I think if that were to change, you could drop all these turrets and then ult and put another turret down, and then his presence in the team fight could be so good. But they die too easily. Like.
Yeah. Even the ulti turret that you drop dies really easily.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be really cool if you could place the turrets in different like strategic spots. That makes it difficult. Like place one that maybe like if your team is falling back, like your ADC is falling back, it can help. Like he can run through it, right? And play another one that's more offensive that prevents their ADC from pushing too far up because the turret will, like play it in different spots. But all that falls to pieces when you realize no matter where you place it, they're just
have to
gonna
be
die
there.
unless you play
All
them
that
way
too.
out of the fight zone and then
Yeah.
maybe like as people pass it hits them once or something. Like if you play them in where they're gonna be useful,
But you have to be near them
dying.
now.
and if you play
Yeah.
them where they're not gonna be useful, then why are you playing Heimerdinger? So I don't know. To me, when I played him, that's how it felt, and it really bugged me. And I actually liked the old Heimerdinger. I thought the old Heimerdinger was pretty decent.
The old
Yeah.
Heimerdinger, the issue with old Heimerdinger was I feel like he couldn't like do much in team fights because of the fact that his turrets were so good, but like you kind of needed turrets to team fight with him, and you could never
I don't
set up
know.
in time.
I kind of disagree because all of his spells were pretty useful.
Yeah.
They're, like somebody on your team always
His
has a
rockets were really strong in
So
team
you could,
fights.
yeah,
too.
yeah. Someone on your team always has some kind of stun. So you just his rocket or whatever, his stun grenade had long range. I mean, I think his stun grenade is better now, but I'm just saying, even back
Right.
then,
Yeah.
you just throw it when somebody is disabled on the enemy team, and
Of
then it
course.
follows through with a stun, right? So I thought that was really cool. And then his rockets guaranteed to hit multiple people, and it dealt decent damage. It could have used a buff, but it dealt decent damage. It was useful as opposed to the current rockets. And then his turrets, I think, were better. Just they dealt less damage, I think, but they had more health. I believe I'm
No,
accurate on that.
I think they did more damage.
Did they? Well,
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
more health
because
too,
what they-
didn't
Yeah,
they?
they had more health and they did more damage. And the reason why they did more damage was because you could only drop a maximum of 2 turrets.
Oh, is that what that was?
yeah, you
now
could
it's
drop a
three.
maximum. Yeah, but now it's 3.
you
Also,
can
you
do
could only
3.
before you could also only store 1 turret on you at one time.
Wait, no, you
I
could
don't think
store
so.
two.
No?
You could
I don't
store
see
two.
Store two.
You could
Oh,
store
you're
two.
right. You can store 2. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
It
Okay.
was just at lower levels you could only store 1, and then when you
Yep.
upgraded it. So I don't know. I actually saw people like Dan Din played a lot of Heimerdinger, and his win rate
Oh,
was
yeah.
positive at high level.
He's
Ghost
the
Flash.
person who made me start playing Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
I
I remember
wrecked so
that.
hard with him.
I mean,
Like,
I
he
don't
was-
think Dan Din even plays Heimer anymore, does he? Like,
He doesn't really play much at all though anymore.
well,
He jungles though.
He jungles mostly now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it was just atrocious how they. He's
Yeah,
less
no, he-
useful now, and he's less fun. I don't know. Before he was at least fun.
I still feel like he's a lot of fun. I have tons of fun. Like the thing with him is like his laning phase is insane because like junglers have such a hard time ganking you
His laning
because
phase is pretty good. I agree.
because I think his laning phase is better now. Or maybe I mean it's slightly worse his laning phase because before you could set up such a better wall with his ult turrets, just because they did more damage and had a better wall and had more health.
True.
But I feel like now he provides more to team fights because no honestly like right now I use his turret and his concussion grenade the most in team fights with the ulti because the fact that you throw his grenade and it hits 3 spots almost guarantees you to stun somebody or at least slows at /blinds 3 3+ people.
True.
It's just really and it can hit their front line and their AD carry. Like it's hard to set that up, but you can. And there's not a lot of spells in this game that does this.
True.
Then if you're escaping, you drop the turret, which slows them, deals a bunch of damage. Then you can re-engage if it does enough. So there's a lot of like things to it. I feel like his rockets
Does the turret slow them?
Yes, the new ulti turret is basically the equivalent of
Yeah.
his
Old
level
ulti
3. It's AoE and slow. It's the equivalent of his old max turrets plus the ulti version. So it's really good. And yeah, it gains 25% slow and 100% splash damage to be exact. So, and then then they also have that new was it the energy beam, and that's pretty good. But it's kind of easy to dodge. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to dodge unless you're like kind of running at him.
I think it would be fun if they made it so you can actually use it. You know, you control it.
Well, you kind of can. There's a way to manipulate it, and I figured this out like the first day I played with him. So their range is like pretty far, and unless someone runs into their actual like fire range, it won't fire the rocket. But if you hit someone, if you throw a grenade, the moment you throw it, they will actually line up and shoot the location that you throw the grenade at.
That's cool.
Even if it's outside of the range, so you can manipulate it.
So you can do that. I still think it would be cool if you could control it.
Yeah.
Because you know Heimerdinger's sitting there with a controller, like if you were actually the game character. He's sitting there like calculating his, trajectory and whatnot, right? But all you get is you have a keyboard with like a ton of different keys, and all you get to do is just press E, drop it, and then it does the rest. It's like, come on, give me some control here. I don't like that.
Let me do something, please.
Or they have legs, they should be able to walk, right?
Hell yeah, they should have.
That's something I said. I said with the Heimer change, they should make it so you could either pick up turrets and redrop
You know what?
them
I
somewhere
never
else.
thought of that, but I think that would be awesome. Not just, but it would actually be good. Like, they should be able to. Like, I always thought that Heimerdinger just felt like
They can micro
Zyra
the
or something,
turrets.
right? Like where you
Dude.
They would have to be really slow. They would have to be really slow.
Microing the
they
turrets
felt
would be so
weird.
cool.
I think it'd be pretty cool. If
Do
they
you
could,
think
like,
it might be like it'd have to silence him or something like that, so that he's not casting anything?
you could even you could make it so Heimerdinger could set up like he would have explosion charges or something, kind of like Ziggs, and you could launch his. I don't know. You could do something with that.
Or you pick them up, and as you pick them up, you can't cast any other spells, and then you drop it.
That would be okay too. Yeah, like something
What
like
if-
that.
What if instead of rockets coming out of you, the W would shoot rockets from your turrets at wherever your cursor
That
is?
could be pretty sweet as well.
That'd be
Like,
really good.
see,
Like-
there's so many things they could do. I feel like with League of Legends right now, I'm falling like I don't like it, enjoy it that much because I feel like they limit themselves in terms of how they design things.
They
I
make
feel
it.
like
They make it so its skill cap isn't too high for their players.
Yeah, they make it so the skill cap isn't too high. I imagine the development team has all these cool things they want to do. They're like, oh, let's do this, and then they're like, well, no, that'd be too hard. Okay, wait, let's do this. Like I feel like that's how I feel like when I watch this game, the patches and whatnot. I just feel like they're limiting themselves so much. I don't know, and that's one thing I really dislike about the game.
I can definitely see that. I definitely understand where you're coming from there. I've always wished that there was a higher skill cap in this game because I come from Dota, and like for me that was like it's a huge difference.
Yeah. Now, obviously, like a lot of people probably thinks like, well, the game has a high skill cap. Why aren't you playing in tournaments? But no matter what game it is, no matter how simple or whatever it is, there's always a person that plays more, studies more, is better at the game. Is always going to be better. But the things they have to be better than, the things they have to be better than is more subtle things like the skill cap of the game itself, where it's like how good you can be at
itemization, knowing when to gank.
Yeah,
like,
those things have very
thing.
small skills cap. It's like it's not that hard to be the best at itemizing.
It's very funny because
you need to combine it all, and you need to know it all like time-wise.
There's a pretty terrible, well, I wouldn't say terrible, but there's a game that's out right now, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's called Infinite Crisis. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And
You big fan of it. You played it for like 3 weeks
Let the
straight.
man finish.
okay,
I gotta hear this.
I said I'm not a big fan. Okay, took me a while to realize it because when it first came out, it had potential, but they haven't done anything for it that's helped it progress, and that's the reason why I no longer follow it.
Okay.
But I played it for about a month straight. and there was a team that was basically the best team, and I was either gonna join that team or join a different team. But then I stopped playing, and the game's skill cap was so low that I did not like. If any pro league player tried to get on it, they'd instantly be the best. Like you wouldn't even have to practice that game, and I remember they had the dev teams invited Complexity, so a lot of Mortis, Mega Zero, and everybody, and they played against them, and like they had never even played the game before, and they wrecked their face in. The Complexity wrecked the devs in. Then they brought in the team that I was joining, and the team that I was joining beat Complexity, and they barely beat them. Like it wasn't even that close. Like I mean, it wasn't. They barely beat them. It was pretty close, and it was just like they need to do more. Like I feel like they just need to make this game no matter like add the skill cap really high. I don't care. Like
it sounds like they're
make
not
every character like Vayne.
Depth. That's what. No matter how good somebody is at anything, if there's a decent amount, enough depth, it's going to take them some time to learn it. If they can play a game that they've never played before, there's not enough depth at all. So that's probably what that is. Like.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree. And that's exactly the situation. And I feel like League is kind of slowly digressing itself and getting like easier and easier and almost getting to that point. Like where like you can just pick it up and be decent.
Have you guys seen S2 Games' new game?
I don't entirely agree with that because I think the areas that you have to be good in to be better than other players is all over. Well, like a certain champion, if a person is smart, they play a champion and they actually like if they're an actual gamer, like they're actually decent at doing things, right? It's really easy to just pick up a champion and know how to use it correctly. And that's one thing that bugs me. There's not enough like micro intensive. There's not like it's very easy, but in the sense that the game itself is super easy, like there's too many different little things that make a good or bad player. Like what the timing of you have to know timings of the other player. Like, oh, this guy was here, so like he just did his raid. So if he's not in mid lane by this, like in the next 20 seconds, that means he went through his red buff, and then or he just did red buff. Now if he's not bottom lane in 20 seconds, that means he's at he's stopped at golems or something. I don't know, like. There's a lot of little things.
I agree with that. Like, there's a lot of those.
Good. But what bugs me about the game itself is that all those little things, there's so many of them that it makes it really hard to actually get into the game and then be a contender and then like just play with oh hey, I'm playing this game League of Legends, you should play with me. Well, then prepare yourself
other people.
Months of playing like 3 hours a day, right? 6 months of playing 3 hours a day till you learn all the heroes, what they do. The things you have to do. There's so many things to just be like, hey, come play this game. In 6 months, let me know so I can actually play with you, right? And that's if you're, actually into it. If somebody doesn't like the game enough, they just play it and they just go through the motions and they don't actually learn the game itself. So they're not good. So you can't play with them anyway. And so I don't know. I think it's not too hard, but like too much. You have to take in before you can actually contend with people who have been playing longer than you.
But then to contend in competitive, at least, you need to find 4 other people that mesh with you well, that also know the game, and it's like...
Yeah. Like even Dota, even though Dota is considered more of a skill game, that is a lot... Like I started playing that, and I started, catching on to that a lot faster than I caught on to League. It was more like this is,
Yeah, me too.
The items were more complex. Once I learned that, like... Okay, there's all these different items. These are what they do, and this is like how the meta game is. It was easier to. I could learn in a couple weeks of playing. I was like, oh, okay, like I'm pretty good at this. And some of my other friends that just started playing Dota, they caught on pretty fast, where they were pretty decent.
Well, I mean, there were things they were lacking, but because there's not a lot of things. But like at the same time, I feel like it has a much higher skill cap than League does.
It does.
Like actual skill cap,
but it's also easier to. Well, it's still pretty hard to get into. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think it's easier to pick up at a sense. Like, it's very discouraging though for new players when you pick up Dota.
I think Dota's skill cap is like this, and League's is like this.
Like what?
Like
well, I think something that Dota has that League doesn't is like you can jump into a Dota game.
Other way around.
And the guys just do like if you're playing against someone who's even remotely decent at Dota. They're just gonna destroy you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they destroy you so badly that's what I think is more discouraging. In League, you can be bad and start it up, and sure you're gonna get destroyed, but it's not as discouraging as in Dota because in Dota, like the lanes are longer. There's so much more. It's so much harder to do stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with like everything you just said, actually. But what kind of bugs me is that because League is missing the skill cap on the fun things. Like there's
Right.
people don't really care that much about skill cap on knowing their jungle routes,
Knowing everything.
this thing, knowing how to do this and that. I don't know. There's so many things to mention, right? But there's so many little things, right? But they don't worry enough about the fun stuff, like micro, like how the spells work. They're too
Invoker.
simple. And then new players that get into the game is like, oh, okay, so I use this ability, and it's like that's this whole champion. Like you can do that in the game. It's just like I don't know how to explain it. It's just the fun mechanics of a game when you start playing a game isn't there in League. Like it's too simple, and then people that get into the game, they get very bored with it fast, and the game becomes more of just playing against players rather than playing the game. It's like, oh, I had fun beating those guys, or I had fun playing, like, winning. It's more about winning and then just, like, going through the motions rather than... And that even... What makes that even easier is that the worse you are, you just get placed with worst players, which is cool, but then there's no reason to get better at the game, especially for people that love good micro and whatnot, because it's just... I don't know. I just think it's... where they're putting their emphasis on is not right.
I agree. I can see that. Well, wow, that was a big literal right. Like that was good though. I like this. I like that. That was a good discussion we've been having. So who does anybody here like main top lane?
I do.
Oh, you
I've been
do?
playing top
Okay.
a little bit lately.
Okay, like I feel like top hasn't changed much.
Okay.
Except I just really just like the 3 bushes.
Oh, they added another bush.
Okay, so what they did essentially was they took the 2 bushes, they cut them down about that much, and then added a 3rd bush in between them that's just as long.
It's really annoying. It's really annoying.
It's very awkward.
Wait, I can't find a picture of it here.
Let me get you.
Yes.
League of Legends 3.14 map. Images.
Just type in 3.4.
Oh wow, you're right. It's hard to find.
That's what I typed in, but I don't see it. Oh no, I got it now. I got it now. That looks so weird, huh?
Yeah, it's
I
they were originally gonna do it to both top and bottom, and they quickly realized how much of a mistake that was.
How would that affect? Interesting. Looks kind of neat.
Just in case, like, yeah.
No, I like it. I actually like it.
I
You
kind
like
of
the
like
3
it
bushes?
just looking at it. I haven't played with it yet, obviously, but
Yeah,
think
it makes lane ganks for junglers more interesting.
well,
I do agree with
think
that,
it would
but-
make the lane interaction more fun with the other player. Because
Yeah.
before it's just like there's only really one brush to control of. The range champion just controls their side of the bush, and if you can't enter that as a melee champion, you basically lose the lane. If you can enter it as a melee champion, the range champion loses. That's it. Maybe with this,
I guess
it's more
that's
like
true.
it's more control. Maybe like a range champion can throw a flare or whatever in the middle brush, and then you can switch to the other one. But then now he doesn't have the control of the other brush. Well, I don't know. I'd have to play with it.
It's definitely awkward. I don't know how much I like. To me, so far, I haven't been a big fan. Although it's helped me escape a lot because of how like ridiculous it could be. But I don't. I think the best
Easier to
brush
see lane
change.
ganks.
Yeah, that's true. I think the best brush change though was that they moved the brushes from the river back.
I don't like those ones.
I really
I
don't like
really
that
like
one.
that. I like that change.
Wait, I gotta find a picture of that too. But when I
Here,
first
here.
saw it,
Check Skype. Check Skype. I just posted a picture of the whole map.
okay, when I first saw that, I know what you're talking about. But when I first saw that, I really didn't like just how it looked. Wait, so what
I
are the
personally don't like
yellow? The yellow is
Yellow
the
is
brush?
the new one. The yellow is
Oh.
where it's now, and blue is the ones that are gone. We're talking about the ones next to the middle, bottom,
Oh yeah,
and
I
top
remember.
ones.
Well, I've played some league games. I obviously
Right.
played top lane. I didn't notice that, but I guess I've only played jungle since the few games I did play. But I
Wait,
didn't
bottom
notice that
didn't get
brush.
that change in the middle though. Bottom still has 2 bushes. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
bottom still has 2 bushes, and they didn't change. They didn't get rid of that
This
barren
map's wrong.
bush either. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that's wrong about it. Though.
That
That's
bush
it.
just looks out of place now too, though.
What one?
The one that you guys just mentioned, the river
The one in top lane?
It
Right.
doesn't have a clear purpose anymore.
It's just like there.
It makes it just really awkward.
Oh, and they
Yeah.
didn't
Be
remove.
there.
Did they remove the? No, they didn't.
The
They
Baron
didn't
bush,
remove
the
the
Baron
ones
bush
above
is still
that,
there.
too.
The
Yeah,
Baron
the
No.
bush
bush
is
is still there.
The one above and below the one that we're talking about also.
Before it was used as specifically as wait, the gray is where it used to be, right?
Yes.
Blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Before it was used as either an escape mechanic or like a lane control mechanic, right? Because it was like right there in lane, you could sit in it because they had control of like the top, or you were scared. Like you could lane control in that, right? Maybe try to pick up EXP, and it was good for escaping and whatnot. But now it's like so far away, it doesn't actually interact with top lane. Like that's not actually going to be a use, so it doesn't exist anymore, basically.
No, that one didn't get changed either. This map's wrong, Moose.
Really? Top lane didn't get changed?
No, the river one at top lane.
The river one
That's
at
the
top
same?
lane?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I
let me
was
look at
pretty
that
sure
custom
they
again.
changed it.
Come
I
on,
think
I'm
they
just-
did change it because I remember going top lane and. Let's see. Yeah, they
Go check
changed
that
it. I'm looking at a picture right now.
I'm logging in right now.
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I'm already starting the custom, so you're
Okay.
slow.
Mine's got 2 seconds left on it.
Hey, invite me to that custom
Oh shit.
if you haven't. Oh, you started.
What's your name? What's your name?
Shift? Yeah. TOFTSHIFT.
Okay,
Yeah, you
this
guys can
is
join your
terrible
own.
that
I'm
we're
gonna-
doing this.
Well,
This is
dude,
pretty
while
terrible.
talking. Come on, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Goddamn. So yeah. I don't know if they did change it. I don't know how much I like it, but oh well. The try bushes is definitely interesting.
God damn it.
What else? Who's really strong top right now? Nasus is really strong.
Nash is
Shyvana's,
ridiculously good.
Renekton.
Renekton.
Shyvana.
Renekton's really strong.
Shyvana's pretty strong right now too.
Shyvana does a lot of work.
Shyvana's really good. I've been liking Shyvana since her changes. What was it?
Back in season 3,
What was her changes again? It was like
they made it so her they made it so she just basically
I think her
I don't-
E skills.
I never played her before
Yeah,
those
something
changes. I just saw those changes and I was like,
Oh,
you know,
no
I've been
play.
interested in her playing her, but I never got around to it. And then I started
Yeah.
getting around to it, and I like it.
I played her when she first came out, and oh god, it's been so long. I played her in like early season 2, I think.
Yeah. What do you guys like about her?
She just
But who?
Shyvana, she's like
She's
she
a
just does
monster.
so much damage with so little items.
Mhm.
In my
Yeah,
opinion,
that's true.
like
Consistent damage.
yeah,
Right.
like
So you don't
her-
need to buy any. Yeah.
like I think the most you need to buy on her like to do like consistent damage is like a Hydra at most.
Yeah. If you,
That's
well,
like
yeah.
pushing it. That's
Yeah.
like pushing it.
I actually don't
like-
like Hydra on her, but I think it's such a good item. I think
Yeah, Hydra's just
for
a really
top
good item.
laners, it's really annoying how good Hydra is right now. On one hand, it's really good, so it's kind of annoying. On the other hand, top laners that use Hydra needed an item like Hydra that was really strong, right? Like that's a lot, but
Oh, they did push the bush back.
I
a
feel like
little bit.
it's they need another item for attack speed heroes because Shyvana's an attack speed bruiser, and there's no clear cut item like this is good for her, and it kind of bugs me. There's a
Like
lot
the
of
only
attack.
item that's actually like
Xin
half
Dao has
decent on
the
her
same
for attack
problem.
speed is like Wit's End, but even Wit's End is like
Well, yeah, Wit's End is really good on her, but it's not like
it's not like
first it's
amazing
only
on her.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels awkward.
See,
It
I
doesn't
feel
good.
like okay, in the bottom bush they definitely pushed it back quite a bit. The top
They did.
bush
They
wasn't.
pushed it back quite a bit. Yeah.
The top one was not pushed back that much.
Yeah, and look how it's like deformed. It's like mutated.
No, the top one definitely was pushed back.
It's ugly.
No,
But
but it was
yes.
only pushed back up to where the blue part is of the river.
their bushes
No,
definitely.
I'm looking at
look like
top and bottom.
really
Obviously,
awkward
bottom was
places.
pushed back. Bottom was pushed back quite a bit as well, right? But I think
Yes.
top lane, their designer, like he twitched or something on the last second of it, and there's like this little
Little part. Up
yeah,
that
this
he
little
missed. Yeah.
I don't know what it call. It's like a he slipped
You
up,
guys-
and it's
what do
like
you guys think
ugh.
about the bushes. Do
Are
you
you talking
think
He
about this
they-
missed
part right
the
here?
line. He was trying to color inside the line, and he twitched. Somebody
Yeah.
bumped him, and he just like it looks really awkward. But besides that, like I said before, it doesn't interact with top lane anymore. If you go in this brush, you're
yeah.
officially out of top lane. It doesn't really have
I feel like the
any
bushes
interaction
moving.
now.
The bushes
sucks.
moving. It feels really awkward compared to the rest of the map.
Let me see.
By the way, like when you walk through them,
Oh, that's
Just-
cool. I don't know. I
it's,
like
it's
that.
cool, but I feel like it looks really awkward compared to the rest of the map.
Wait. What was it that you said? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. The water doesn't move at all, huh? The water. should
No, the
be-
water's moving.
No,
the water's
not.
moving.
Oh, it's not like splashing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like only the bushes have this
I
cool
see what you
mechanic.
mean. Yeah, I think
So
it's
it's like
cool though. I like that they added it, but you're right. They should add that to
it's
more
just
things.
awkward.
Oh,
I like how we're all talking about
hold on,
this one.
hold
We're
on,
like
hold on,
picking
hold on.
around.
I need to know. I need to know. Walk into that bush there, Tofu.
Okay. Oh, does it move? It probably doesn't move for you.
It moves when
It
you
does
enter
move.
it, but
Yeah.
not while you're moving in it. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
And
sense.
then I'd like to talk about the bushes near, like, right outside of
Hey,
Wolf
stop
Camp.
it! Hey,
So, like,
but
look at
wait,
Wolf
hold
Camp.
on. You asked my opinion as a top laner, and as top.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh
too.
God, I hate the blue buff. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
It doesn't wrap
as
around
a top
anymore.
laner, I love. One of my favorite things about playing top laner, I had to switch from mid to top lane main 3 different times in competitive play, right? Actually 4 if you count on before my team disbanded at the end. I had to switch back to mid lane. But anyway, each time I got more into liking top lane than the last. At first I didn't like it, but my favorite thing about top lane was the bushes, how it created a lot of. It's something that mid lane didn't really have. Well, mid lane was mostly just as an escape, right? But top lane, the bushes were as like control. Is every little movement you did meant something. It's like now I'm closer to the brush. Now I have this more lane control, or I like gave up that CS, but now I have like pressure on him. There's just a lot of little things that came with the bushes, and then that other bush had a good play. Like they took control of that bush. Maybe I can take control of this one, or you take control of that one. So when your jungle comes, like there's a lot of little things about those bushes that made it a lot of fun. And now that they changed that, like I can't use that bush anymore. I can't use that now.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I feel like the bushes are kind of needed for a lot of things, but
Yeah, I like that they separated it into 3 things though. I think that looks kind of cool. I mean,
we
I
have a few questions.
play with
We have
it.
a few questions that I actually wanted to get to though. Like I know we've been talking about this bush thing for a while, but
Damn those bushes.
I know.
Yes,
All
they
right.
bug me so much.
So here's the. I love this thing. It's so cool. You can just bring up your comments. But the question is, do you guys think that the changes for this patch should have been rolled in slowly, or do you think they needed more testing? What do you guys think exactly with them?
Obviously, they needed more testing because
yeah, of course, they need to be tested.
I feel like they were pushed out at the right time, but they might not have started on the changes early enough.
I
Like,
think that's pretty cool.
Time-wise, it's after the Season 3 championships. It's a good time to roll out a new patch. We're definitely testing it for them, I feel like.
Yeah.
But
That's a good point. This is preseason, so it's kind of like
preseason.
One thing I will say is like before every big season, they've had a big change, except for of course going into season 3, which I think had the smallest amount of change. Like going into season 1, they made a big change with the jungle. Going into season 2, they changed the jungle again dramatically, and they also made big changes to what was the other thing they changed? I apologize here.
In season 2, or is it?
Season 2.
Items,
Going into season 2.
3.
Items, big changes.
No, that's Season 3.
Really? I thought
Yep.
season 2 had some big items.
Season 3, Season 2 had the small change, which was reverting the jungle back to more like.
Yeah, it was
what
more harder. Yeah.
Okay.
Season 3 had a
season-
large change, which was all the items, the machete and shit.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So Season 2 was always cloth armor, 5 health pots.
One thing I will say is like something that I've noticed in every change is it's always a lot of difference with the jungle. They're never happy with the jungle. And I feel like they once again messed up the jungle. So good job, Riot. GG.
JJ.
I do agree that they brought him out at the right time because, like, of course, this is the best time to bring him out. I feel like they needed more testing and more balancing before releasing them, and that's my big thing for
They
them.
need more playtesters in their studio, or they need a closed beta for the preseason.
Well,
that's not. That's not the PBE. That's not the PBE because the PBE, honestly, the people that play there aren't.
You know what's funny?
They're not playing there to test the PBE,
I know.
right?
What's funny is most of the PBE community is there to play that instead of the live servers.
Right. They're not playing it to test it. They're playing it to play it.
Yeah.
But then I think of another big issue that I have is with the pro qualifiers that they just played this week on the live version. Which was a huge mistake considering no team was really practicing that.
Quantic went 0-3 the other day.
Yeah.
Because they I think they should have.
I want to know if they told the teams
I'm sure they told the teams, but the group stages for it were on 3.13, and then they changed it for this group stage, the round of 6 group stage, to 3.14, which mid-tournament changing is just weird to me.
Why would they do that? Why would they change it mid-tournament?
Wait, is it mid is the tournament
It's for the
hosted by
qualifiers.
Riot, or is it?
It's Riot. Yeah, it's Riot,
Oh, it
and
is.
Well Played is producing it for them.
Huh.
Yeah.
That
I
is
don't
kind
know.
of weird.
I don't know whose choice it was, but
And the reason why it's weird is because these are the teams that are going to face the
Right.
teams that are in relegation to be able to make it into the season 4 or whatever
LCS.
you want, the LCS,
The
season 4
summer-
LCS.
the
Yeah,
summer split or the spring split?
This should be the summer split, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Or am I crazy? No, or is it the spring split?
I think it'd be the spring one.
I think it's the spring split, actually. I'm crazy.
Yeah, spring promotion.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that was a really big mistake on them.
I think they expected the patch to be better. I think they thought they were done. They were good. Like,
Right.
but I don't
And
know.
they weren't. There were permabans that were obvious, and then there were perma picks. I'm pretty sure like the games were pretty much within like 3 comps.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I hope maybe
There's
somebody has an
coffee
example
flavors.
for me. But one thing that I've always felt is that Riot. I think a game company needs to communicate with their audience, like their
Before
players.
they make changes.
Yeah. Well,
They
they need to
definitely
take
do
their
it
feedback,
afterwards.
right? But a lot
Yeah.
of times, if a lot of people feel strongly about something, Riot will just make the change because they're like, we listen to
Yep.
you. But sometimes that change they make isn't good. Like, you're the developer, you're a professional game developer. You know, you
Mhm.
take in their feedback, but you don't change it exactly how they want it. You don't, like, do exactly what they say. They're not qualified. And some of their changes feel weird because of that. I don't have any examples.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't think they make that many gameplay changes. I mean, obviously the reworks are all because of the community not playing
Yeah.
their hero, right? But gameplay change-wise, there's not too many. In my
Yeah, no,
opinion.
there's not.
So-
I don't think there's any.
Well, I didn't know this, but apparently it's going down Friday. Is the LCS games that they're going to be doing?
Mhm.
Like the
Friday the 20th. Friday the 20th. I'm sorry.
The NA
Okay.
promotion.
Yeah, it should be Velocity versus Challenger number X.
Right. Which isn't determined yet.
Yeah, no teams are determined.
Oh wait, actually, it is. Quantic did not make it. They went 2 and 3.
Oh, can I get a link to that?
Yeah, it's just Gamepedia. And you gotta scroll down. But it's Walking Zed, which is Bishu's team, I think. To be determined, which is Bubba Dub's team. That Shift was with him.
Yes.
And then Cognitive.
Wow, I can't believe right now that Quantic did not make it. Like, that really blows my mind.
And I think it's because they weren't playing this patch until they were done with all their games on 3.13.
Wait, so this is LCS game, like qualifiers? They're doing this
Yes.
one. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Bubba Dub's about to make it in, I think.
His team's probably gonna get in. I would say, like in the LCS, I think has a pretty good chance. I haven't seen them play, but the players that are on there, if they
Yeah,
they have good
it
players.
depends
The
who
Walking
picks them.
Zed. The Walking Zed's really good.
Bishu's team is really good too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the Walking Zed. That's
Yeah.
Bishu's insane. Like, he's
That's
so
what I'm saying.
good.
Cognitive, I don't think will make it in, and I think they're going to be against
Curse.
Curse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see
The
Cognitive
way
getting in.
the way it works is whatever team comes in first plays against whatever team came in last.
Yeah, but so I think what's going to happen is well, no, it doesn't work like that. They pick. So Curse was 6th place, so they get to pick the first opponent. They're obviously going to pick Cognitive. Between the other two, they're the weakest.
Okay, that makes
Then
sense.
Coast gets to pick theirs. I think they're going to pick Bubba Dub's team, and I don't think they're better than them. And then I think Velocity's they're going to be against the Walking Zed. And from what I've heard, Snoop and them they might have bought Velocity's spot.
That's
this
what I
is-
heard. That's what I heard.
And
I
they
heard the same
might,
thing.
Bishu's team might not make it in because of that.
Wait, I haven't heard this. What
It
happened?
was all over Reddit. So, let me go find EG.
Yes.
EG,
I don't believe this because I feel like if
EP
they were
had
gonna make a
roster
trade
changes.
like that, they wouldn't
Epic-
count down.
or no,
Yes.
what's it called? Evil Geniuses had roster changes that hasn't been announced yet, formally. But
Of course.
on Evil Geniuses, there's no longer. It's only Froggen and who's the other one that stayed? I can't find a link to them.
Isn't it their jungler? No, not the jungler.
This is EG we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I found it. So I think it's Yellow Pete and Froggen are staying. Then
Okay.
or is it Wicked? I think it's Wicked and they're mid and top are staying. Snoopy, Crepo, and Yellow Pete are apparently in the US right now. So, and not on Evil Geniuses anymore.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, and then basically they're
That's what
trying
I've
to
heard.
take Velocity's spot, especially because like this is the thing. Velocity currently, I don't know who their mid laner is. Like I don't know who Velocity's mid laner is. They have yet to like pick anybody up. It's because it's not Echo. Echo.
Okay,
Echo
right now, Velocity's active roster is Nothing Here, who's sub/AD, and Glee Galar sub/support. That's it. They don't have a roster.
Yes. Yes, that's what I've seen as well. They don't currently have a roster because nobody on them is like playing.
They don't have a roster. So either that's what's going to happen, or Quantic's going to be in the thing.
Yeah.
So either their spot's going to be bought, or their spot's going to be given up to one of the 4 challenger or one of the 6 challenger teams, which would be Quantic.
It should be really insane.
I wouldn't put it past EG, but seems weird that they would get found out like that. But
To be determined's pretty strong team. I think they take.
Well, no, it's
Coast.
because they were playing scrims on accounts that were weird, and they didn't turn off spectator.
Wow, idiots.
Wait. What
That's
happened?
how it
What
got
happened?
leaked. They were playing scrims on the
That's
NA
so
server,
amateur.
and they didn't turn off spectator. I forgot who they were
Oh,
against.
yeah, that's right.
That's what
right, okay.
happened.
Wow.
And then
When I
that's
did
how-
streams, people would note like even if
And
somebody
then they ended up
if somebody
streaming on
else
those
would point out,
Smurfs. Then they ended up streaming on those Smurfs. So
fail.
they're on the NA server right now. We don't know whether or not they're buying out Velocity Spot or not.
But that's
Or
what's
if-
going around.
Or if they're actually yeah. It hasn't been confirmed that they're leaving EG, but that's what everyone's saying.
Dang.
Yes, it's basically the big rumor right now. And then yeah, I think as you were saying before, I think Curse and Coast both lose. I mean, I think Curse can be cognitive,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think Coast loses to be determined, or the Walking Dead. Whoever they play, I think they lose. And I think Velocity, as long as it's not the EG team, they will lose.
What do you guys think about the other roster changes? TSM got Bergson now. That was a really good swap.
Oh my God, that is
Like-
insane.
Reginald was
Bergson-
definitely the one holding them back.
Oh,
For,
see, this
like-
is the thing about this is the reason why they were so hit
he's
or
so
miss. I'm
much more
sorry for cutting you off.
consistent.
Like Reginald was super inconsistent. Like when he would make
Yup.
plays, he was
made plays.
godlike sometimes. Like he would just, but then sometimes he'd be like, "Guys, we're going in," and
He'd have an off
they
game,
get aced.
and that
Yeah.
off game would lose them a tournament.
Exactly.
So, pretty
Yep.
often. Pretty often.
And that's the reason why I'm pretty excited. Bergson is what I'm trying to figure out is who's gonna jump to the playmaker spot because I don't know if Bergson is gonna be able to do that.
Playmaker
That's my
Bergson
big
definitely can make plays.
You think
Yeah,
so?
Bergson should be able to make the plays.
He can make the plays, but will he be the playmaker?
You mean the shot caller?
Yeah, shot caller. I'm sorry. What I said
Okay.
playmaker, I meant to say
Okay.
shot caller. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a really
I think,
good question.
I think odd
We'll see.
one. And,
I don't
and,
think they would have picked
special?
him up if. I don't think they would have picked him up if he couldn't make shots though, because Reginald was the shot caller.
I think with Reginald backing, Reginald was one of the best, if not the best shot caller
Right.
in A. I
they
think
have to pick up another.
and
one.
Reginald is coaching their team right now. I don't
Mhm.
see, and Bergs has potential to be a shot caller. It just depends if he's able to motivate himself. But wait, he doesn't need that because Reginald's right there behind him.
Right, that's
telling
true.
him. So I think with Reginald,
Okay.
Reginald's gonna make sure he's
That
gonna be
he's
a
a
good
shot
shot
caller.
caller.
See,
So I
and-
already think that's a given.
I remember Dan Din is now like Coast Nanny is now.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
You've
sorry,
been
not
that for a
Coast.
while.
Cloud9, right? Isn't
Oh.
it?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, Cloud9.
Correct, yeah.
He's now Cloud9's nanny, and I remember the moment I saw that, I was like, Reggie's retiring? Because like it's the only thing that made sense to me. Because if he didn't retire, who was gonna be there for them? They would have nobody, and I feel like Reggie wouldn't allow that. So that's how I knew something had to happen there, and I was right. I was not expecting Bergson to get picked up. Like Bergson was huge. Also,
Yeah.
if anybody hasn't watched the video,
Oh yeah,
because it's terrible.
it is awful.
I'll
What?
link it.
Oh man,
There's a YouTube video of how they pick up Bergson. It's pretty bad.
it's really
I'll have to
awful.
watch that later.
Reginald's like sits down at a table and he's like, "Guys, I have a disease." It's just like some lame disease that it's just like,
Oh,
I gotta
God.
quit. It's
Was it
acting
4?
level pornography,
Okay.
as some people
Oh,
have
yeah,
said.
I think I've seen I saw it. I remember
Wait, what
that.
do you guys think about Complexity? I just saw that they lost.
They
Yeah,
lost.
They lost.
And
So
did you hear that Prawley got kicked from the team?
No, what happened there?
Apparently, like he didn't like their practice schedule or whatever,
Wow.
and their coach or whatever, or their Complexity heard about it, and they kicked him.
Wow.
Which, so now a lot of artists
They were a
probably
pretty
aren't
tight
on
family
Complexity
too.
anymore,
Not just a team, but they
right? So I'm like,
surprising. That's really
they're not the
surprising.
same anymore. Probably was like Complexity can't win with this new lineup, and he was right.
Yeah. I
Wasn't
didn't
he the
realize
shot
they had
caller?
roster changes at all.
Oh no, he was their mid.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. But wasn't he their shot caller?
Oh, their shot caller. I thought you said.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Crawley
sure he
was a great player.
A lot of Mortison probably were the two making the shots,
Yeah.
the calls, right? Yeah, and now
Correct.
neither of them play with them, so
Mega Zero, I think, made some too. But,
a few.
yeah. But, well, I screamed against them.
But it's hard to call from top lane.
Yeah.
Like,
But, wow, that's
Yeah.
surprising, though. When I saw I didn't know they had roster changes, so I just assumed it was a given. I'm like, I think Complexity's definitely going to make it into the
right?
LCS this year. They've been practicing really hard. I don't...
Yeah.
Unless
I think
they're
everybody thought that.
Yeah, I just now noticed that they got kicked out, so I guess it is that roster change. Yeah, they have some other guy as their sub is now mid lane. Is that
They're
what that is?
Jinte. Jinte played mid during it, and
Wow.
Chuper played AD carry.
Wow.
And Chuper is not a good AD carry, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not a good. Yeah.
Player.
Yeah,
not
so
that good.
basically, yeah, it's been really bad. I was really looking forward to see Complexity. I thought the
So
three
was
that
I.
were gonna make it were gonna be Complexity, Quantic, and then the Walking Zed. That's what
Yeah.
I was really.
I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's what most people expected.
Cognitive was a shocker to me, and to be determined. I feel like they could have made it, but I was not expecting them to make it. So.
I think the term to be determined has a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
It depends on how much effort they put forth, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I really like the promotion series they had for this because there was a lot of talent going into this. I feel like all 6 teams had players that were just like insane. Like, I think Tails on was it VVV? Like
Damn,
he was
actually, he's really good now.
insane. That guy was. Tails was an insane AD carry when I was watching them play. I was extremely impressed.
Yeah, but then he has Get Snuggled, and she's blue. So.
Yeah, and that was a big issue. Cheese Beluga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs
But,
to
like,
find another team. And that goes along with what I said earlier. You need to find 4 other players that you mesh well with, and that
You
are good
have to
players.
mesh well. That's one thing I learned when I was in.
Yeah, you learned
have
that.
to know, not just with their play though. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
with
least
their-
of all with their
with
play.
them,
If you can
like,
get
with
along,
living with them.
yeah, if
like,
you can get along with them, their personality, you like them. Like you either have to be
Right.
a team of people who doesn't mind playing with people and like living with people you don't like or don't really like.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even if you don't hate them, if you don't really like them, it's not the fire is not there. That's also part of the reason I thought Complexity had it because their fire was
right.
good.
They were so like family.
Yeah, and they were good players too. Not great, but good. And
They
then
chose the wrong organization apparently.
yeah,
I think Tails and Godshoe were really good about lane. I want to see them go to a better team. That's really what I'm. But
Yeah.
overall, like I said, the thing I was extremely impressed with just the whole promotion series in general for this. The fact that they're bringing in 6 teams for the shot to take on the 3 spots in LCS is insane. I feel they're making steps. Before they were kind of doing this also, but it was behind the scenes. Nobody knew who was coming in. Nobody knew the players. Nobody got a chance to like them, so nobody would ever root for them. Now people saw these teams play. People saw these teams play. Now they have favorites. Like, oh, I like this team. Let's go. And I feel like it's really good for. It's gonna definitely help league grow.
no, I like that too.
But this has been going on for quite a while, guys. I think this is a good place to finish up.
All right.
And so we're gonna give everybody, your last little shout outs here. We'll start,
Hi.
of course, in the order of you can shout yourself out any way you want, Mr. Anthony.
Oh god,
Where
dude.
can we find you? Where can we find you?
You can't find me anywhere, dude. Like, I don't stream anymore because my internet sucks. I'm just awful at every game I
Leon
play.
sucks. You can actually find him on League of Legends at Leon760.
Don't do
just
it.
add him, and spectate all his games and pretend like he's commentating. It's almost the same thing, guys. It's almost the
Almost there.
Dude, oh my god. I had that moment on one stream. I was talking the entire match, and I realized at the end of the stream, my mic was muted.
Oh shit!
And I was commentating like the entire thing. I was like talking and all junk. Oh my god, it was so awful.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. If you can, if I do stream, you can find me at twitch.tv/Leon760.
Good enough for me. Or you can find him on like Magic streams because he's a boss at Magic.
Kind of.
He's
Not
like
like on the
Yell
stream, but
yourself.
like
What is
in the
that?
chat. In the chat. not-
In the chat.
At least
Usually
in
in
the
the chat. In the chat, criticizing Moose about his play.
Oh, wait, my play. Oh, because I'm so good. I got it. Cool. That's true. All right. So where can we find you, Mr. Danny?
I don't know. Bye.
Oh.
I mean, it's there on the screen, so I don't think I have to shout myself out.
Oh, you always need to shout yourself out, man.
We're good.
Shout outs. All
It
right.
is.
All right.
Shout out to Shift.
Shout outs to shout outs, guys. All right. Shift Rider. Shift.
You can find me. I'll probably start streaming at some point in the winter on my Twitch channel. What's Twitch again? Twitch.tv/TofuShift. TOFUSHIFT. Yeah. It's been great hanging out with you guys, talking.
Well, that's fun times.
That
Always.
is it for me.
I feel like I didn't say very much this podcast.
I feel like I forgot you were in this podcast. Yeah.
Exactly. I was just like
No,
listening
I
to the
heard-
discussion.
You talked. You made
You talked.
some
You
things.
definitely talked.
You had some good outputs.
Conversation. Words
But,
coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, and once again, I'm Moose Hero, however you know me by, whatever, and you can find me at all those places. All our links will be down in the comments down below. And I guess that's it for episode 9 of League Talk. You guys have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Description or comments? Down
Did I-
below.
Description, of course. Come
Good
on.
job.
Wait, is this live, by the way? Or is this
It
just
is
video?
live.
Oh,
It
it
is
is
live. Yes.
Okay.
So everybody sees everything we're saying, and
Excellent.
it'll be straightly uploaded as well. Alrighty, guys. Later.
Bye.
Bye.